We're now less than 24 hours from the first ballots being cast in the Arkansas primary election. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rolly Hoyt.
And I'm Faith Woodard. There's no secret over the years our voter turnout numbers lag other states. The NAACP is making a point of improving that this year.
And THV 11's Rebecca Brown joins us live here in the studio. Rebecca, what is the group's focus this year?
Well, Rolly, their focus, of course, is to tell people what they can expect to see on their primary ballot. On top of that, they're working to improve turnout among black voters and encouraging early voting.
An educated or a voter that's not educated is worse than a non-voter.
Voting is a process that can be overwhelming for many. And with another election here, the Jacksonville NAACP is working hard to make sure there's a good turnout.
Make sure, to the best of our ability, that voters know what they're voting for, why they're voting, because voting laws, or the lack thereof, is what affects us on a daily basis.
Reginald Ford, the vice president of the Jacksonville NAACP, says as a nonpartisan organization, their focus is for members of the community to get to know their candidates, learn the language of the ballot, and most importantly, they want to stress the importance of the value the word vote means.
Voting or not voting is a disservice to the sacrifice that's been made for us to vote. You have to look at Medgar Evers, you have to look at Rosa Parks, you have to look at Daisy Bates, and you have to ask yourself, are you honoring their sacrifice?
Ford says while the NAACP works with all races, they're focusing on communities that are underserved when it comes to voting.
Our emphasis is the black community, but we have our Latino brothers and sisters that don't vote at the proper rate. Oftentimes the vote, or the lack thereof, hits our community the worst, and so that's why we take the opportunity to try to educate everybody.
And Ford says elections like this are crucial.
Something that I think is missing in the community, the knowledge of the election process, period, and the implications of your voting or not voting, or your lack of participation, or your missing primaries specifically.
Ford says the NAACP in Jacksonville will be helping provide rides to polls if needed, and we'll have more info on that on THV11.com.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. In Pulaski County, polls will open tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. You can expect to early vote Monday through Friday on the 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. schedule.
On weekends, your choices are Saturday, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Of course, early voting will wrap up March 4th, the day before the election day, and that day, polls will be open from 8 until 5. Remember, THV 11 is your election central. If you need to learn more about the candidates before you head to the primary lines or the voting process in general, all you have to do is text VOTE to 501-376-1111, and we will send you a voter guide updated for this year with everything you need right on your phone.